going to be episode 123 for you guys today. Once my co-hosts join in, we'll go ahead and get today's episode started. What's up, Rob?
What's up? How you doing? Huh?
Can't complain today. How about yourself?
Same here. Just another day.
What's up, Fred?
Hello, Fred.
How you doing?
Good to have Fred back on, man.
Yeah, man. Good to be back on, man. Good to be back on here.
All right, I guess once Rob comes back on, we'll go ahead and get things started.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
All right. All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host, Thomas Sirey from Onthehop Podcast. Today, this will be episode 123 for you guys today. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Rob Cerasuolo and Fred Harris. So we're going to go ahead and get tonight's episode started with a gut-wrencher for me for the first segment. We're going to be sharing our thoughts on the 49ers versus Cowboys game. We're going to be sharing our game summary. I know y'all going to let me feel the heat, so y'all go ahead and have at it.
Can I say this on air? Because that nigga Dak is ass. That nigga Dak is ass.
You just had it quote LaShawn McCoy, huh? That punk. Go ahead, though.
Nah. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dak is ass. But, like, y'all team kind of ass, too, for real. I mean, if you're not beating up on already doo-doo ass niggas, that kind of sucks.
Dang, worse in the league, Kurt?
I don't know. That's a little.
I don't know about worse in the league.
Worse than legal D, but definitely the dude Dak Prescott name gonna come back up in this little live later on in the segments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, all around, like, this is what I was talking about when, like, I mean, this shit happens when he was playing bad teams, right? It also happens when he needs to show up against the elite of the NFL. Like, whether it's the playoffs or it's somebody you're going to see in the playoffs. Dak just has a thing for fumbling the bag. I mean,
Also,
beats up. What's up?
Let's not get it twisted. The 49ers right now are a steam train.
Yeah.
And y'all were just an old lady in the way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because they ran right through y'all.
An old lady.
Oh, shit. But yeah, all credit to the 49ers because they are balling out there.
Yeah. I don't think even the Eagles can stop them right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, it's gonna be a good game between them. Don't get me wrong. Like, some people are writing them off. And I don't think it's fair to the Eagles to write them off.
The Eagles' defense hasn't been as good as it was.
Exactly. That's why I will give them the 49ers the edge right now. It's because the Eagles' defense looks a little bit more vulnerable this year, whereas last year they looked unstoppable. I feel like they should be better because they added more talent, but like at the same time, their secondary isn't as good right now. I guess Bradbury's age is starting to set in.
How old is he?
He up there. I know he's at least 30. I
Yeah, I
think.
think early 30s right now.
Yeah.
30 years old to be playing in the league.
Plus, he was like 28 or 29, so he's got to be at least 31, 32. So, I mean, that could have something to do with it. I mean, they did lose Gardner Johnson, so obviously that's a tough void to fill. They still got talent, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, their defensive front is still like, wow, it's still crazy.
Yeah,
But I mean, linebackers are also crazy. But as far as their like secondary and their pass defense, I mean, it's vulnerable right now. I mean, Kirk Cousins actually balled in a primetime game against the Eagles. Like that doesn't happen like ever. So, and like who else? I mean, they've had close games with a lot of teams.
Mac Jones went toe to toe with them also.
Mac Jones, and he looks like a fraud right now. I think they might be the worst team.
Mac Jones is sorry.
I think the Pats might be the worst team in the league right now. I swear, I think they're the worst team in the league. I mean,
we're a really bad team.
We're not too far behind them, but you know, I think the Pats are the worst. The Panthers, I think
the Panthers actually might be the worst.
Yeah.
The Panthers are bad. They're bad.
But they still haven't won a game yet.
Yeah.
No,
they're really bad. They're really bad.
I don't see them beating anybody.
Yeah.
To be honest, and they don't even own their. I just said that, Noah. Anyway, yeah. That's besides the point. The 49ers are the best. They're the cream of the crop of the league right now. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But y'all got to at least make that shit competitive, man. Like, at least 10 points. Like, they, 30 ball. They beat y'all worse than they beat us. You know that? That's crazy.
You're going to cry.
That's all you can do is hold your head down. Shake it.
We were actually
Yo.
Come on. Chill out. You knocked me off my thoughts here. But, I mean, we at least kept them within, like, at one point, it was a one-score game between us and the 49ers. But y'all just didn't compete whatsoever. I mean, it just got out of hand quick. And, like, the video that I love Stephen A. Smith when he puts out them damn videos about the Cowboys. I always geek with him in those videos. It's just great. But I mean, I don't know. I got to see more from y'all. I mean, that defense might not be as elite as we thought. I mean, it's a very good defense. Don't get me wrong. I will not take that away from you. But I mean, do you guys play any other like top 5 offenses this year? I mean, do you play Miami?
We play them.
Do you
play them and we play them in December along with the Bills. But our next 3, it's gonna be tough. We got the Chargers Monday night. Then we got a bye week. Then we got the Rams that's putting things together offensively. Then we got the Eagles Sunday night.
Ooh,
yeah,
that is a little tough.
Those are 3 games coming.
The Rams are a sleeper team right now. I'm putting a stamp on that. Puka's a big deal.
Yeah, and him and Cooper Kupp being in the same offense, that's a big deal now. So
you called him a Pokemon character earlier in the season.
I did. I said his last name. You would just think you think of a Pokemon when you think of this man's last name. But he's balling though. I mean, he was caught with a ball something.
Yeah, he's going insane. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I just got to see more from the Cowboys. I got to see more from Mike McCarthy.
I don't think you'll get much more out of Mike McCarthy.
Exactly.
You just got to bet on them players.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get CD the ball.
Damn right.
He's not happy with his targets.
You was talking about CD was the number one.
Hold on. I see. This is what I'm gonna talk about when I talk. Yeah, we're gonna get on Mike McCarthy.
CD
I'm on him,
not looking like a number one right now, my boy.
but it ain't really his fault though.
You're right.
He's not target.
They ain't got my man's in. That's why they ain't got my man's Cooper Rush in.
Oh my
Cooper Rush was in.
bro.
Cooper Rush was in. CD be closing up on 1,000 yards right now. If they had Cooper Rush in right now, he have at least like 850 right now.
I don't know about that. That's
now you starting to cap now. Sounded good.
Nah, but why you let your tight end go? He was actually nice. Y'all just let him go for no reason.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was a situation where he just wanted too much money, and I think he ended up going to the Texans for like a $9 million, $10 million deal on a 1-year contract, which I don't understand. He could have just stayed with us and took that type of contract, but I think Jake Ferguson, our tight end, Dak, like uses him a lot, like a security blanket if he can't find any of the receivers. And to be honest, he eats up a lot of targets. That's kind of why. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, he kind of eats up a lot of unnecessary targets. Like, why you keep targeting the tight ends down the field? Target the receivers. Like Brandon Cooks, we got him for a reason. This man hasn't even had 100 yards receiving yet. What is this?
Wait, bro. Anyone who drafted him in fantasy, I feel bad for you.
I did. He's just sitting on my bench collecting dust.
I
don't think he's had more than like 4 points this year.
No, I'm thinking about. I don't want to drop him. I feel like you're gonna have.
You probably, honestly, Tom.
I think I'm gonna end up dropping him eventually.
Bro, why does it say,
worth it?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, this is way off topic, but in that fantasy league, Rob, you stole like 3 players from me off the waiver wire, and I don't know how you just keep getting them.
It's a waiver wire. It's in a list. Like if you
first in the league, Fred, I get first priority like every week until I win some damn games. Out of like 2 of my game.
Well, bro, I remember like 3 players like in a row too that I went to go pick up, and I see that you picked them up. I was so mad.
It goes based off a record, and I think like who collected the most players that off the waiver wire the past week. I think they like go down in the waiver wire.
Tom, you gotta be last then, bro, because I see your name pop up like every 5 minutes. You pick up a player.
Who, Rob?
No, you. This ain't baseball, my boy. You picking up a player every 5 minutes.
The only time I pick up a player is a defense. I only be getting defenses. I got it now. I made a trade. Wait, hold on. Who did I drop? I had to drop Darnell Mooney because me and Rob made that trade for Laporta. I gave him Laporta because I really didn't need him. Then he gave me Tank Dell and Kyle Pitts. But
I wouldn't have taken that trade. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But I got Kelsey, so I ain't never gonna bench Kelsey.
Never mind.
Yeah. I need another receiver just in case if Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Devontae Smith get hurt. Since Brandon Cooks collecting dust. But man, I'm fed up with the Cowboys, man. This is not cool.
I believe
what y'all touched base on of how, think about it. The last 2 times we played in the playoffs, it was 1-score games. They got the better of us, yes. But in this game, you clearly saw that the 49ers widened the gap between themselves and the Cowboys by a margin. That was belt to you know what. That was a whooping that I never saw coming. And across the board, I got to say the 49ers are the better team than us from quarterback. Anything you can name down the line, even coaching, they're just better than us at this point. They're flat out better than
definitely
us.
Coaching.
And I can't see how we could consider ourselves Super Bowl contenders after this game because you got spanked on national television with 28 million viewers watching you losing 42-10. Brock Purdy outplayed Dak Prescott. Brock Purdy had 4 passes touchdown. This man, Dak Prescott, had 3 interceptions. That's pitiful. Then you had Mike McCarthy, his vanilla play calling. I sat on this podcast and said it was going to be a problem. If nothing happens, it's because of Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. You already seeing it by week 5. Dak Prescott turned the ball over like he did last year. Mike McCarthy not knowing how to use his players. CeeDee Lamb not using him. Brandon Cook's not using him. Michael Gallup not using him. There's no, and that game plan, there was no play actions. There were no screenplays to get your top targets get going. Nothing, anything. You just stuck to the script the whole game. And then you had Kyle Shanahan light up Dan Quinn, his old boss's defense. This is supposed to be a historic defense. Kyle Shanahan just lit up his old boss offensively and took that defense for a ride that they'll never forget. And I just can't understand how we could consider ourselves Super Bowl contenders after this. This was a whooping that I hope the Cowboys fans and players never forget, because this was something that I never saw coming.
Yeah, it was bad to say the least. I mean, but y'all keep saying y'all Super Bowl contenders since '85. I mean, y'all been saying y'all Super Bowl contenders every year. I ain't never heard y'all once say y'all weren't Super Bowl contenders. So that's just kind of expected. But I mean, if y'all playing like this, yeah, you definitely not hanging with none of the big dogs in the league.
And this is what I'm talking about, because Dak Prescott, I think this is put up or shut up time now, because a few weeks ago, week 3, you played one of the worst teams in the league in the Cardinals. You're down 10 points or more. Okay, now it's time for you to put the team on your shoulders and climb back and help us come back and win the game. You fold in the red zone, throwing an interception in triple coverage. Then last week, the defense gives up points. You're down by 10 points or more. Dak Prescott just doesn't know how to get himself and the team back into a ball game once he's down by 10 points or more. He just folds every time. He's not built for that. And he's really – the team is – you might as well – if we're down 10-0, you might as well count as an L, because Dak Prescott just can't get us back into the game anymore without turning the ball over. It's like turnovers are in his DNA. I don't know why. Look, Jerry Jones got rid of his long-lost son, Tony Romo, years ago. And it seems like you got another son in Dak Prescott who has turnovers in his DNA. And you're costing us games, because look how talented this team is.
There's talent everywhere on this team.
There's really no holes on this team.
No.
And you have Dak like screwing us right now, because we still got to pay Micah Parsons, still got to pay CD Lamb.
Micah Parsons ready to get out bad.
There's some big contracts.
Bad.
Yes. It's some big contracts that we're gonna have to take care of very soon.
Y'all think you keep Trayvon Diggs?
Oh, we signed him to I think a $90 million contract before the season started. Luckily, we did that. Yeah, but there's a lot of contracts we're gonna have to take care of, and this man Dak is eating up a lot of cap space, choking away.
When is his contract up?
I think after next season is his final contract, and then he's up. But I'm looking to get rid of him now. You got this team that can compete. You keep doing this. Look, 8 years in the league and only got 2 playoff wins. You count your days, Dak. You can't get it together. Count your days. Look, I don't care who starts next year. If you can't get past the divisional round this year, that's it. I don't even want to hear Jerry Jones. Just go ahead, trade him for whatever you could get, or just release him. Just release him at this point, because you're wasting this talented roster that you're eventually going to have to start paying max contracts to other players on this team. And it's just a waste right now. I'm very disappointed in this team.
Tom, let me ask you a question.
Stop.
How
I could read your mind. Go ahead, though.
How many game-winning drives does Dak have in his career?
I think overall, I mean, since he's been in the league, I want to say it's around 20. I could look that up real quick. But it hasn't happened recently. No, it hasn't seen the thing.
He does.
Done it in the
He does have a bunch of them.
Oh, go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, I was just agreeing with you. I don't know if he has 20, but I know he has a good bit of them.
Really?
Yeah, he's got them, but like I feel like he's like, hold on, let me see. Dang.
I feel like those are against like non games.
Yo, I swear, I didn't even finish the question. Google is on Dak. Google, I said, how many game-winning, I didn't even finish the rest of the sentence. The first thing that was about to pop up was how many game-winning drives did Dak Prescott have?
That boy Jerry Jones been looking him up. You gotta see if he worth it or not.
Okay, so Dak Prescott, since 2016, has 19 game-winning drives. But 2 of them have only transpired last season. He only had 2 game-winning drives last year. So these game-winning drives came earlier in his career. I feel like when you think about that, he's regressing. Like I used to even stick up for him and say, okay, you can probably put him at 10 at the max in top 10 quarterbacks. I can't even do that no more. You looking at 12, 13 right now, 14 if you're lucky, Dak. Because you're regressing. He never turned the ball over this much. He at least put up a fight against a team like San Francisco. I never thought I'd see the day they just lay down like that.
I'd take Brock Purdy over him. I'd take Jared Goff over him.
Yes, this is facts.
Like that. I'd even take Geno over him right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
And you just kind of went a little far with that.
Take Geno.
I don't know. I
might
know
have to
Geno Smith, but
just
I
go
agree
with
with
that.
Brock
It's close.
Purdy.
It's
close.
real. It's
It's
too
close.
close. It's way closer than it is to the naked eye.
I might still have to go with Dak. Just off of
like they're like right.
Maybe just off a name, honestly.
As Geno is crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Not for real.
That's insane.
All right, hold on. Y'all got me curious. I'm about to ask y'all now. We're gonna go over some quarterback names, and I'm gonna ask, would you take Dak or the following players? Ready? All right. Would you take? And these are guys that I think that's in the same tier as him right now. All right. Would you take Dak or Ryan Tannehill?
Dak.
Okay. Dak.
Okay.
That's bad.
Okay. Would you take Dak or Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk.
God dang. Okay.
Over Dak.
All right.
Even though they're not winning much themselves, I mean, it's not really on Kirk, I don't think.
Yeah, but Kirk has like the second most passing yards in the league right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's been going crazy.
Yeah.
He's been doing, like, the Eagles game, he had, what, like 400? Or almost 400?
He has a bunch of touchdowns
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
He's having a pretty good season. I mean, it's still Kirk Cousins, though. Like, I can't believe in him.
Yeah. No.
Dak or Russell Wilson?
Ooh.
No, Dak.
Fred?
Right now.
Yeah.
Russ.
Yeah.
Russ is,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah. Russ has really regressed.
Russ looks a little better than he did last year, but he's still not what he was.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He definitely does look a lot better, though, than what he did last year.
Yeah. Last year, he I don't know what the hell was going on. But that whole team is just trash, too. Like, I don't know what the hell.
That team is ass.
Dak or Derek Carr, though?
Shit. They're like the same.
They really are the same at this moment.
I would take I like Derek Carr's like edge. I don't know. I think he has more of that Dak.
I still probably go Dak.
I mean, honestly. Derek Carr has never had a good he's never had like a great team.
Like, definitely.
The Raiders was always garbage.
Damn right.
Like hot.
They had that one year they were like kind of good.
I mean, like 2 years,
3 years ago, they were like kind of good.
Curtis was crazy, yo.
Nah, I agree, bro. I would take Derek Carr, but not by much. But I would take Derek Carr. I would. I'm kind of biased though. I've always liked Carr, personally. Yeah. I don't think he gets a lot of hate, and he doesn't deserve it. I think.
He's not as bad as everybody say, but he's definitely not good. So
he's not elite, but he's pretty good. I mean, he's something with Derek Carr. If you had a good team around him, you can't say like
you could do that with a lot of. You could say that about most quarterbacks in the NFL.
I mean, look at Dak.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't make sense when you have a bad coach and a bad play caller with I ain't gonna call him bad, but decent decent at this point, a decent quarterback. That ain't a good recipe. I think, matter of fact, I think both of them should go after this year. You don't get past the divisional round, both of them out.
Who, Brock?
Give that,
You talking about Dak and Mike
yes,
McCarthy?
both of them are gone. You
I
can't.
think McCarthy should go before Dak.
But then you still, Dak has had so many.
Yeah.
He's had so many chances.
Dak had a whole bunch of opportunities.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of both of them. I hate to say it, but you just gotta get rid of both of them.
You got out as a package deal.
Getting Mike McCarthy, honestly, I didn't think was the best for y'all when y'all first got him.
I was just happy that Jason Garrett was gone at the particular time. You know,
No, I feel that.
Upgrade of Jason Garrett.
What
was it? You could put my damn niece at head coach, and she's upgraded over Jason. But oh my! You saw the pain that I went through with Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
So much pain in my heart.
Punting from the opponent's 35-yard line. Like, what is that?
That made me turn the TV off. I ain't gonna lie to you. That made me turn the TV off.
Oh my god!
Nah, I just thought of something though, because I want to talk about this before we move on to the next segment. What actually made me mad was Monday after the game, where Michael Parsons has his own podcast and he goes on and talks about the Cowboys games, regardless win or lose. What made me so mad was this man went on his podcast and said after George Kittle scored 3 touchdowns, he goes show up his shirt and that says F Dallas. You gonna wait to take your anger out on George Kittle after the game? Why didn't you do that in the game when they were whooping you the whole game, scoring back to back times, and you couldn't do nothing about it? You were quiet.
You got to go home and tweet about it.
Man, this is what I'm talking about. And then you go say it's personal. They sent y'all home not once, the last 2 years in a row, and you go say now it's personal. Wait, laugh now, cry later. No, don't use that quote. Use it when you play them when it matters most, like you did last week. And they didn't show up. This is what I'm talking about, though, with this team. They just talk too much. I think this better be a reality check, because if they come out and do that again, Kurt, that is true. He was running away from Trent Williams at times and lining up on the other side of the line of scrimmage. I will say that. But
I mean, that's just strategic.
That's a beast.
That's strategic. That's
run! Go ahead. You're going to say it's personal. Go toe-to-toe with the best offensive lineman they got. You the best pass rusher we got?
Nah. We ain't out here trying to make a point. We out here trying to win.
Well, he still ain't getting no sacks on the other side.
No, I feel that. He definitely did.
Hey, do something to help us. No, don't wait to get on a microphone in your face and say, "Oh, it's personal now." It's too late for that. They might as well just stay humble until their next game.
Yeah, you might as well shut it up. Yeah, find something else to talk about.
They just let pride get to him, honestly. But we're gonna move to the next segment. We're gonna share our early NFL MVP race thus far. So we're gonna name players that we do believe that are in the race to win MVP at this point of the NFL season.
Okay. Tua's up there.
Obviously.
Brock Purdy's up there right now.
Low key, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions.
He's
kind of balling.
Yes, he is
kind of balling.
I want to. Man, Lamar's not quite there yet.
No, he's. I wouldn't even put him.
I don't know if I would put him there yet, especially because of last week. That wasn't really on. That game wasn't really on him, but
No,
I feel like
it was though, because at the end of the game, I seen him get mad and he just threw the ball up to Odell. And that whole pick happened just because he got mad. He got mad because the play before, Zay Flowers didn't know his route. They had to burn a timeout. He got mad and just threw the ball up to Odell, and they got picked off.
So do you hold your receivers accountable for that?
100%. We had too many drop passes.
Yeah,
That's off rip.
bunch of.
We literally let go of 3 touchdowns. We just let 3 touchdowns go. If we catch those touchdowns, we blow them out of the water.
I think Josh Allen's up there right now.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there.
Hey, they don't want to admit it, but Captain Kirk up there too.
I mean, the only reason I wouldn't put him quite up there is because
his team sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now that he's
sorry.
up his top target, he might start sliding a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I do think Addison is a baller. He's going to go crazy. Stamp that.
I don't know about that. But
No, he will. We'll come back to this in a month and see what happens with Jordan Addison because I really like him.
He gets up because he's on his fantasy team,
Chris,
though. Good
one.
Christian
Good one.
McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. Yes.
Yeah.
They just can't keep that man at the end zone.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
He's up.
I have him on my fantasy team.
He's
such a fun time over here.
He is on pace to get 2,100 yards.
Yo, Fred,
20,
I just want Fred.
How is that?
I got to address you, yo.
What's up, my boy?
You shouldn't have had Tyreek Hill.
Why?
Because I was on the clock and they purposely auto-picked my pick. I was going to pick Tyreek Hill, and I ended up with
You got Travis Kelce.
Yes, bro.
Him.
That made me so mad because I'm sitting there. I was sitting there on my phone with pick 5. I'm like, okay, I want Tyreek Hill. My phone just froze for like 20 seconds. It said auto-pick Travis Kelce. I was so mad, and you picked him right afterwards. I said, yo.
I swore Tyreek Hill was about to be gone. And then I see Travis
I was going to take him. I was going to take it.
Like, I was like, oh, Tom taking Tyreek Hill right here. And then I see Travis Kelce. I was like, I don't know what he doing, but I take it.
Yo, that screwed up my whole fantasy drafting this year because I couldn't get a running back till like the 4th round because I had to get Almiron and Devontae Smith while they were right there.
But, I mean, honestly, man, you got fixed Tenarius' team, man. I was trying to trade with him, and he just got talent wasting away on his team right now. Like,
not for real. Hey, there's a couple people on here who got talent just sitting there.
I can't do anything because I feel like if I mess with because he said he forgot his email or it's an old email and he can't get into it. But I feel like if I mess it up,
I just don't understand how he can't all you need is the address.
He said he can't get back into it. I told him, but I feel like if I mess it up, either the CPU's going to start controlling it or his players just going to start dropping the waiver wire, and then everybody
let that shit away then.
No, because you first a waiver wire.
No.
I'm not saying like that. I'm saying just let it sit there because I don't want everyone to start just picking up people. Like, bro,
Tenarius' team, he got Saquon. He got, I think he got Debo, George Kittle,
Bijan,
Aaron Jones. He just got a lot of talent. Bijan Robinson. So if I mess it up, I might break the league.
Bro.
He has, I know he just got hurt, but he has A-Chain too on the Dolphins.
See, that's annoying. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's annoying.
I was trying to get him so bad. Like, I have him on a couple of teams, and he was going stupid. Yeah, he's got a great team, and he's just wasting. It's just wasting away. Hey, I played Bernie Mitchell this week. I hope I catch another dub. I really do.
Bro,
Bernie was kryptonite last year.
Bro, he literally beat me the other week because A.J. Brown, Lamar Jackson, and Derrick Henry all just decided to have historic performances that day. I couldn't catch up.
Hey, Kurt, I'll trade you Zach Moss. You want him? I'll give him to you. You got it. He just had 30 points last week. Let me know.
You know what's crazy? At the beginning of the year, do you remember that trade that you sent me? It was for Jackson Smith-Njigba and I think Tyler Algier. And you were going to give me, was it Tank Dell or Nico Collins and somebody else?
It's probably Tank Dell because he just gave me Tank Dell.
It was
I don't think Nico Collins. I was not about to trade Nico Collins because I knew what was up with Nico Collins.
Well, regardless,
I don't have Nico Collins in that league, I don't think, anyways.
the trade at first, I looked at it and I was like, hell no, I'm not trading you for this. And now I really wish I would have accepted that damn trade. Because Jackson Smith-Njigba hasn't done a damn thing. Like,
I don't know why.
Like, I think the most points he's gotten was like 6.
He just has too many. He just has Lockett and Metcalf in front of him.
I
It's
still think he should be making a difference right now at offense. I think if you can line. I mean, I don't know if he's ready to be an outside guy, and then you have Lockett in the slot. But I think he should be getting more looks and having more of a production in that Seahawks offense.
At least like punt return or something. I feel like he's too explosive to just not be doing anything.
Shit. Devin Weatherspoon, though, that was a big pickup for them.
Oh my God.
He's a beast, yo.
He's really good.
Yeah, I like him a lot. They got a good young stuff.
That pick 6 when we went to the game, I just about almost that just broke me.
Yeah, you saw his game live in person at MetLife.
Yes, I saw that happen. We were having a good drive. We were on the 3-yard line, and then I see instead of throwing to Waller, who is wide open in the end zone, he throws it to Paris Campbell, who has been ass this year.
That's crazy. I really like Paris Campbell too.
No, he's been trash.
Yeah, he was nice on the Colts.
He's okay. He was solid. I mean,
my bad. Nice was.
We don't got no we need a number 1 so bad, bro. We have all number 2s and 3s on it. I wouldn't even say number 2s right now. We got a bunch of we got Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton, and fucking Wandale Robinson.
Ugh.
Who I like him. He's solid. He's pretty good, but
Yeah. Honestly, we're stacked up with 2s as well. I mean, Zay could be a 1. He's just a rookie.
He's not there yet. Yeah,
he's not there yet.
You can get him there.
Odell's old.
I think
Dude can't stay on the field. I don't know why we paying him $20 million just to sit in the training room.
$20 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It's 18. It's somewhere between 18 and 20 million. We're paying a lot for him.
That's a legalized bank robbery right there.
Dude, don't play. Rashad Bateman don't play either.
He's a bust.
Nah, you tapping.
Yeah.
Bateman's a bust, bro. He should have been so good. I liked him.
He should have been so good. Well, I mean, he can't stay healthy. He cannot stay healthy. Like, his foot is just always falling off. Yeah.
That's true.
So, I don't know. Who's y'all's MVPs right now?
I mean,
got any?
If I was to give it out today, I'd probably have to give it to. So I'm looking at the stats as well as I'm saying this. I mean, I'll tell you, don't give it to Tua. I mean, dude's just been balling. Not to mention, the Miami offense is about to look like the best offense of all time.
It's a track team. It's the top 7 fastest plays or top speeds or whatever. The top 7 plays with the fastest speeds tracked. It's all Dolphins. It's all Tyreek Hill or Devon A-Chain.
Mm-hmm.
One might be Raheem Mostert, but I know.
What's going on with Jalen Waddle,
bro? I know, bro. What I have him in our league. That's been pissing me off. He had a solid game last week. And he had 15 or 16 points, which is all right. I mean, that'll get it done.
Yeah,
but
it's still not great though.
He ain't been.
I'll take 15, but that's not really what you want.
He ain't been. He ain't been what he was when I fleeced Tom and won the championship 2 years ago. And then last year,
bombastic side eye.
Last year, I mean, even with Tyreek Hill, he was still putting up numbers. So, I mean, I don't know. I think he'll come around though. I mean, he's just too good.
You know who I need to come around? Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs need to come on around.
Oh God, yeah. He is. I had a feeling though because they used him so much last year. Like
Bro, they just stacked the box. Even with Devontae Adams out there, they still have 9 people in the box. Like they will not let Josh Jacobs run.
they want Jimmy Garoppolo to throw because they know he's.
I mean,
And
yeah, like
if you make him throw, you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win the game.
Yeah,
him right. He's gonna throw some picks.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw some picks.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
You got any players, Fred?
Excuse me.
You got any other players?
I mean, other than the guys we said, I mean, like Brock Purdy, Josh Allen, they're probably like my main 3 to win the MVP. Only because I think MVP is a quarterback's decision. That's a quarterback trophy right there. So I mean, even though Tyreek Hill might break the record for most receiving yards, I still don't think he might win Offensive Player of the Year, but I don't think he's gonna win MVP.
He will. I think he will. Barring injury, he will.
Oh, you should like break the record?
Like not like break the record and get offensive. I think he can do it. I mean, especially with an extra game.
Oh yeah.
I think he can do it. Honestly.
Yeah.
What about you, Tom? What do you think?
But like I said, they should make a subsidized MVP just for quarterbacks, just so other people can get.
That's true. I agree with that too. Nah, I got 3 players that you guys named. If I were go 3, I'd probably go 3-1 with this. 3 right now to me in the race is Josh Allen. Even though the Bills are 3-2, I think Josh Allen has really put this Buffalo Bills offense on his back thus far, minus his 4 turnovers that he had week 1 against the Jets. But I think he's going to continue that because their defense is banged up right now. Tre'Davious White out. They just lost, I think, who they lose at linebacker? Matt. Yep, they lost him for the year. Getting Josh Norman in 2023 is crazy. He's definitely going to have to carry because that defense is about to take a hit.
You about to get toasted.
Man, that is wild that you signed Josh. How old is Josh Norman? Like, because him and that Odell matchup was like when we were in high school. How old is he?
He's got to be like 34 or 35.
Oh my.
Hey,
oh my.
Who the Bills? Oh, yo, Rob, y'all play the Bills. You go have I got Daniel Jones throwing a touchdown. Somebody go just run a stop and go on Josh Norman.
You need to put Jalen Hyatt on Josh Norman.
Yep.
ASAP.
There you go. Stop and go straight to the end zone.
And there's no way out with him.
No way.
Stop and go.
Josh Norman's not stopping anybody.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not stopping on Josh Norman. He'll get cooked up. And that man don't even got legs no more.
Nope.
But never happened. I really thought that he was going to be like something too. He never did.
Who?
Sterling Shepard.
It's just he got injured so much.
Yeah, it kind of
injuries
down.
The injuries killed him like big time. What the hell? Why won't it tell me his age? I need to know. 35. He was born in 19.
On Sunday night, stop and go. Somebody scoring on the Giants. I got that. Mark my words. If Josh Norman gets scored on, it's going to be a stop and go.
This man's birthday day after mine, but screw that man.
That's crazy. But yeah, I like how he's been playing though. Josh Allen, 11 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns throughout week 5. That's pretty good. If he could just get those wins up, I think he's got a shot to win for the first time. I like your guys' answer with Tyreek Hill. Rob, I like your answer with Tyreek Hill. Honestly, though, I know that Fred said Tua, but I think if it came down to those two, I'd give the award to Tyreek Hill because, yeah, quarterback's got to get the receiver the ball, but this man's yak yards, 18 yards is crazy right now.
Takes a slant to the house.
Yeah, that yak yards are it's crazy. Yards per catch, man. 18 yards right now. I think right now he's unguardable, and there is a chance that he could become like the first wide receiver in NFL history to win MVP if he went all 18 weeks of doing this, or 17 games that he plays. But he's number 2 right now in my race because that man is balling. Not even Patrick Surtain could stop him a few weeks ago when the Dolphins put 70 on. Now, Patrick Surtain, I think, is one of the best corners in the league, but he couldn't even stop him. And if he can't stop him, I don't think anybody can right now. But, yeah, the one that sticks out to me the most right now, I like the answer that both y'all said. I think right now, if the season ended, Brock Purdy will win MVP. I think if he keeps this up, he's going to win MVP because right now, to me, he's like the most consistent player in football this season. He's the first. He's first in quarterback rating with a quarterback rating of 123.1. He has 9 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, has over 1,200 passing yards. He's helping the 49ers realistically become the best team in football right now. I mean, they got pieces all over the place. But with his quarterback play, they wouldn't be undefeated if he was playing clean football in the way how efficient he is throwing the ball on a weekly basis. But I just want to say something, too, because a lot of people say that anybody can thrive in Kyle Shanahan's offense. And there is some truth to that, but Brock Purdy looks way better than what Jimmy Garoppolo ever looked in Kyle Shanahan's offense. 10 times better than what Trey Lance ever looked in Kyle Shanahan's offense. So that's why I think that Brock Purdy deserves some credit for this and the way how he's playing. Because right now he's playing better than quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes. You could say he's playing better than Jalen Hurts. You could say he's better than Joe Burrow. He's playing better than a lot of top-tier quarterbacks in this league right now. Playing consistent, helping his team stay undefeated, not turning the ball over. I think he has a shot to win MVP if he keeps this up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you hit it right on the head. Brock Purdy's just playing clean football.
Yeah.
It's clean. There's literally no mess ups.
Now he's got another tough test this weekend. I know the Browns might not have Deshaun Watson, but that defense is ferocious too. And he just lit up what now I'm saying this, what was supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league in the Cowboys. He lights the Browns up like that. That even makes his odds on. He'd probably be the odds-on favorite again heading into the following week if he lights up the Browns defense again.
The Browns defense is good. It's just a little phony to me because they ain't really played nobody.
I mean, well, they played y'all. Lamar had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that game. I don't think that game. You know, their defense was on the field for most of that game. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, do you see the other teams they played?
That's true too. Like
they ain't really played nobody.
Pittsburgh, Bengals, Ravens. Who am I missing? Because they just came off a bye week. Pittsburgh, Ravens, Browns.
Hold on, I got it right here.
Trying to think who else they played so far.
Yeah. Oh, they played the Titans.
Oh, Titan. There's some truth to that, Fred.
I'm not playing.
There is.
Yeah, I mean, they ain't really played nobody who can really score points like that. And I don't think they're still about to really not play nobody because they have the 49ers, so they have a test right there. I mean, after that, they got the Colts. But Anthony Richardson's out.
But although they just lost Richardson to the IR.
I hate that.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy either. I mean, he keeps taking big hits, though.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to avoid contact yet.
See, this is why when they gotta train these young quarterbacks that's coming out of college to you make the play, just slide, or it's not like college where you can just lower your shoulder and you're just gonna be fine the next play. Cause you playing against grown men. When you lower your shoulder like that as a quarterback, that's like That's like me running into a brick wall with me lowering my shoulder. They act like I'm gonna be okay the next play. Cause they gotta teach these young kids. Slide, worry about the next play. You did enough for this play.
Yeah.
Just take the yards and move on.
I mean, it's tough because in college, these guys are balling out. All these guys feel like Superman in college. Like, they could just make any play in college, and then they come to the NFL, and they realize that it ain't sweet like that no more.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes they got to figure out the hard way. I mean, Trevor Lawrence had to figure out the hard way because his rookie season, he swore that he could make any play ever. And he was just getting picked off left and right.
That's true, but he was set up for failure his rookie year.
He was.
But
no, you can even tell, like in his gameplay, he would roll out, jump out of bounds, throw that joint 40 yards just for it to get picked off. Like that's a young guy's sport right there.
Yeah.
It's not gonna keep happening. Everybody ain't Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so go flip the script here. Move on to baseball. I know Rob's been chopping at the bit to talk about some baseball. I'll be sharing our thoughts on the MLB divisional round of the MLB playoffs thus far. So we'll start off with the American League. Starting off with the Texas Rangers that swept the Orioles 3-0 to advance to the American League. What are y'all thoughts on this?
Hey, them boys can hit. God damn it.
Yeah, they can.
Them boys can hit.
Texas looks like a scary team right now. I mean, imagine if they had DeGrom and Scherzer right now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They still have Eovaldi, they have Montgomery, both ex-Yankees, by the way. They got Adolis Garcia, they got Nathaniel Lowe, they got Corey Seager, they got Marcus Semien. They got some ballers on that team. And see that last game, that Garcia home run, that shit was pimped. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that joint was he hit that almost like 5. I don't know how far he hit that, but it seemed like it went forever. And the way I
wake up in cold sweats thinking about that.
Dude, the O's problem, obviously, I think the O's problem was, two things. One, they're young, so they had no experience in playoffs. It's a whole different game.
No, the only person who could hit the ball was Santander. Like, nobody else decided he was going to hit the ball.
No, it's a whole different game. Like,
it definitely is.
And the other thing is their pitching. You need starting pitching. You can't have teams starting.
Our best pitchers were getting absolutely rocked.
You cannot have Dean Kremer pitching an elimination game ever again.
That gave up 7.
That simply can't happen. Like,
y'all were toast before the 4th inning.
Yeah, bro. He's not. He was solid regular season, but like,
man,
when you think of scary pitchers, Dean Kremer doesn't exactly come to mind. You know what I'm saying? Who pitched game 2 for y'all? Who started game?
Grayson.
So he gave up all them runs? That was him?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, y'all at least made an attempt to come back in the game, but it was just who pitched game 1? Because they didn't pitch too bad. Can't remember.
I'll pull it up quick.
I'm going dead right now.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole East.
I didn't see game 1 because I was watching college football, but I'm gonna check who started game 1.
The whole East got swept out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's a shame, yo. Making our division was supposed to be the best. I think our division right now is the best in baseball, but it didn't show come October because we had all of us in the division had 0 playoff wins.
Some niggas thought they weren't even gonna make the playoffs this year. My fault. I did not mean that.
What he say? What he say?
I ain't mean it. I'm sorry.
I mean, he sucked. It is what it is. Losing Aaron Judge was our whole team, and we lost.
But at the beginning of the year, you was like, "Oh, Aaron Judge don't get hurt like that."
Bro, he doesn't. It was literally a freak accident.
The way he did get hurt was kind of
concrete slab in the
into the wall.
Yeah, got injured for 50 games. Like that. Like, that's crazy. And he made a great play too on that injury. Like, he still had, how many home runs did he still had? Like over 30 home runs.
Yeah. So Dean Kremer did pitch the first game.
So he pitched the first
game? I was about to say that.
So he pitched 2 games of the set?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why? Why? I guess, like on short rest to pitch a nation game, that's not really smart. I guess y'all didn't have anybody.
Tyler Wells?
Yeah.
Who going out there?
need a start. You need like 2 starters in the offseason.
Even
You need to
even though that they
make
really
a push for Yamamoto.
okay, bro.
You need to make a push for Yoshi Yamamoto.
Oh yeah. No, because if we get anybody, they're gonna apparently got to raise up ticket prices if we get anybody.
Oh,
Do it.
you already
Do it.
did.
You need to. You need
You
to.
already did. Y'all raised them prices up
You get
a lot.
$8 for a ticket forever if you want to get some good players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how it
The only thing
is.
that blows me is they gonna sit there and like we ain't signed a actual star player in who knows how fucking long. Like every time we get a star player, we trade them. We know we're gonna be ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I hate to say it to you, Fred, being a
We trade them and we
Orioles
get
fan.
nothing in return either. That's the worst part about it. Every time we trade, we get nothing. What were you saying?
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but I'm really disappointed in the Orioles. Having the number 1 seed in the American
Me,
League,
boy.
only to
Telling
be
me, boy.
swept
You
by the 5th
telling me.
seeded Rangers. Bro, are you serious? Like I thought this was the year that they actually might get back to the World Series. But like Rob said, I think what it came down to, I think for this young Orioles team that it did take some time to rebuild this team. Since losing guys like Manny Machado, Adam Jones, a lot of several other players, it seemed like that this young Baltimore Orioles team, the lights were too bright for them in the playoffs. They couldn't get any help from the young hitters, Gunnar Henderson or Adley Rutschman. Look, I got a stat for y'all. In
You gotta
this
do this to me now.
series, Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman both hit combined 7 for 26 at bats in the 3-game series that they played against the Rangers.
Mm.
That's bad. That shows like experience matters when it matters most. I think really the experience is one factor, but when you have a young team that the Orioles were like, I think they finished 2nd overall in terms of best record in MLB this year behind the Braves. But when you have a team that's young, that's on fire, that's been playing well for so long, that I think that 1 week made a difference. Them having that bye, I really think that made a difference because I think if they started off fast or having to play in the first round, the wild card series, I think it might have made a difference of how they played this series. I don't know if they would have beat the Rangers, but I think they would have played much better if they weren't sitting for a week and waiting for their opponent or waiting for the matchup against the Rangers.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
But, man,
Yeah, that's just baseball for you. 1 week you're hot and 1 week you're not.
yeah. Man, I said it early in the MLB season on the podcast. I said the Rangers, the Orioles too were a part of it, but the Rangers I said were one of my sleeper teams. I did not think they were going to get this far this year and go to the American League Championship. And like you said, Rob, if they had a healthy Max Scherzer right now, or they had a healthy Jacob deGrom right now, this team could be coasting to the World Series right now.
Yeah.
They're, they're lucky. They're either the Astros or the Twins. We're about to talk about them in a second, but they're lucky that Jacob deGrom or Max Scherzer are not around. I think Max Scherzer might come back in the next series, but Jacob deGrom's going to be going until the early part of next year. But they're lucky that those 2 guys aren't there right now. But yeah, this team, the Rangers offensively look really good playing in the American League right now. So we'll see what they do. Next 2 set of teams that's still in it in the American League. Astros currently lead the series 2-1 against the Twins, but right now playing, they are up. Let me see the score. They are up 3-1 at the top of the 6th. So all the Astros need to do is win this game tonight, and they move on to the American League Championship to play the Rangers. So what are your guys' thoughts on this series thus far?
Yeah. I mean, I just think that the Astros are clearly the better team. I mean, I know that the Twins got them in game 2, but, Carlos Correa, a little Carlos Correa revenge game. But I'm surprised they even won 1 game, to be honest. I thought that Houston was about to sweep them out the damn shit, They're just a better team in every aspect of the game, to be honest. I've never thought the Twins as a threat to go to the World Series. I mean, they're kind of a long shot. I mean, it's cool. It's good for them that they're there and that they actually moved on. Who did they played the Blue Jays, right? They swept the Blue
Yeah,
Jays. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm surprised they even did that. To be honest, I mean, I thought the Blue Jays would at least make it competitive, but um, anyways, yeah, I think Houston. I think they're going to take care of business tonight, and they're going to move on for sure. They're definitely a better team.
What do you think, Fred? You think it's all over for those Twins?
I mean, yeah, I don't really see them coming back. They're just like Rob said. I just simply think that Houston's just a better team. First class cheaters, but they are the better team in this series.
First last year, I like that. That's true. Yeah, I think this is over. I do give them credit because before that Blue Jays series, they didn't win a playoff game since 2002. The Twins, and they finally did it. But then when you play the Astros, you're not getting a Cinderella story against them. Like y'all said, they're clearly the better team between the two. The Astros, for anybody moving on at this point, whether it's going to be the Rangers, the Diamondbacks, the Dodgers, the Braves, or the Phillies, we're going to talk about them. But it's going to take a lot to beat this team in the playoffs, and they have championship DNA installed in them, and they've been in the World Series countless times. They've won the World Series a few times over the last few years. It's hard to beat a team like this come October. I think they're going to close it out, and I think it's going to be a fun American League Championship game between them and the Texas Rangers, a battle between the two Texas teams. So I think that's going to be a good game, a good series to watch between the two. All right, so the National League, right now we have the Phillies and the Braves series. Right now, right now that series tied 1-1. I think they're still playing right now.
No, they won.
Oh, Phillies won.
Yeah,
They dominated them 2-10.
yeah.
Before we went on, I saw Bryce Harper crush that ball.
Oh yeah,
That
I was mad.
He had two of them.
Oh, he had 2 home runs.
He had 2 of them things. The break. I don't know what Orlando Arcia said about the Phillies. I think he said something that pissed him off because Harper mean mugged twice in a row on those home runs, and he rushed the ball both times. The Phillies, man, they're like the Braves kryptonite. I mean, I thought the Braves, I thought they were going to coast to the World Series personally because I think they're the best team. But, Bryce Harper is that guy, man. I mean, the Phillies are a sneaky team. They got some good pitching. The Braves have not been able to figure out Aaron Nola still. He pitched another great game today. I mean, the Phillies could go back to the World Series again. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
They're most likely going to face the Diamondbacks. So, I mean, I'm not counting the Dodgers out exactly, but it's looking like that they're going to win the series. But, I think the Phillies could go back this year. I really do. I mean, they're a good team. Like I was pretty high on them. I wasn't exactly as high on them as the Braves, obviously, but it just depends on who pitches the next game for the Phillies. But they're a damn good team, man. They're like the Braves kryptonite, like I said. I mean, it just depends on the pitching. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see the Phillies coming to the stadium today wearing the Colorado stuff?
Mm-mm.
No, I didn't see that. I was at work.
They all came in wearing Colorado stuff, with like Coach Prime stuff, like Coach Prime merch and everything.
I heard about that.
They're gonna keep the receipt from the last game. So I don't know what Buddy said, but he definitely gonna fire me for them.
Yeah, he's fucked up. He
definitely don't want to give another team no extra motivation to win.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, they really showed it today. Obviously, you see, it got to be 10-2. But yeah, it seems like they got one more, and it seems like this series will be over.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this Phillies team. Right now, they're hot at the right time. Bryce Harper is still one of my favorite players, a former national player himself. Even though that the Nationals and the Phillies, they're in our division, even though I am a Nationals fan also. I think right now, the teams that are left, I really would like to see my guy, Bryce Harper, win his first World Series because he deserves it.
He
And
does.
he really does deserve
does.
it. And
Mother got
he's
hurt.
playing and helping the Phillies when it matters most right now. They're hitting the ball very well right now with that lineup. Schwarber, Kyle Schwarber,
Kyle
I got, yo,
Four more.
I got a tongue tie. Kyle Schwarber. There we go. As I get tongue tied. But they got him, Trey Turner, Bryce Young, Alec Boehm. They're doing a great job right now hitting the ball right now in that lineup. But realistically, this series should be over. The Phillies should close it. They should have swept the Braves because what happened game 2 was, I think that was a team mistake because they collapsed in game 2. They were up 4-0 heading into the 6th inning. They should have never looked back once they had that lead because Zach Wheeler pitched a great game in game 2, and they just collapsed. And especially the ending. Like Bryce Harper, he made up for the day with 2 home runs, but you've been in the league way too long to make a mistake like that. And MVP at that, making a mistake like that in the playoffs. So he bounced back today from that. But, yeah, I think I don't want to write off the Braves because they're really talented. They got a lot of star players over there, Orano, Acuna and company. But Game 4 is in Philly. And they're going it's going to be rocking for Game 4. It's really going to be tough for the Braves. I'll say this. I think how that series is going to play out because it's 2-1. It's 2-1 right now. If the Braves can find a way to win Game 4, I think they're going to win Game 5 in Atlanta. But, man, it's going to be tough for the Braves to beat them in Philly their next game for Game 4. But they're playing great right now. Actually, you know what? I think about it, Rob. If the Phillies get past if they win this series, I think we're going to see a World Series rematch. I think we're going to see a straight up World Series rematch between the Phillies and the Astros.
It could happen for sure, but I would not. The Rangers, man, they're a scary team. They're a very scary team, but the Astros have that edge with experience. So, and they were kind of slumping during the regular season, but they've woken up at the right time. So we'll see, but it could definitely happen.
That's true.
Momentum can be a bitch.
So then the final series that's going on right now in the National League, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks that's up 2-0 against the Dodgers. Game 3 is tonight. What are your guys' thoughts on this series right now?
Man, all I got to say is 2 words. Corbin Carroll. Holy smokes. That guy is going crazy. His OPS is over 1,600. 1,600. That's insane. I mean, no one would have thought that, the Dodgers are on the brink of elimination to Arizona. Nobody. But here they are. And when did they play tomorrow?
They play tonight.
Oh, they play tonight.
Yeah.
They got Lance Lynn on the mound, who gave up, he led the majors in home runs allowed, 44 home runs allowed this year. So if they're going to win this game, they got to score some runs. And the Dodgers definitely know how to do that. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, even if they do win tonight, it's going to be tough for the Dodgers to come back because, the Diamondbacks will probably have Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly pitching the next 2 games. So that's going to be tough, especially against Zach Gallen. That man is a dog. But, I mean, they have a chance tonight because I don't know who the hell is pitching tonight for the Diamondbacks, I'll be honest. But it sounds like he's not as good as the other 2. I just don't know the Diamondbacks team as well as I do these other teams. But Corbin Carroll, man, he looks like the real deal. He definitely does. I mean, he's a straight dog. But I really think that Diamondbacks could put them away if they get on the board early and they get to Lance Lynn early and hit some home runs. But, I mean, the Dodgers just have too good of an offense to ignore. So, I mean, they definitely have a shot to, mount a comeback. But it's looking like the Diamondbacks right now. So, we'll see.
Right? You think the Dodgers got a shot to turn this thing around?
I mean, don't sleep. Do not sleep.
Mm-mm.
Don't sleep with the Dodgers. But I mean, it is looking all Arizona. But I mean, we got a team like the Dodgers. Just anything can happen. Rob said you got to score some points, and guess what? They can definitely do that. So
One of the best offenses.
It also looks like Arizona's gonna have Brandon Padot Fat.
Who is that?
I don't fucking know.
I don't even know who that is.
Who?
He ain't no Zach Gallen or Merrill Kelly. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds good that they can come back. I think the Dodgers are in principle.
You should grab mine too.
I think they're in principle office trouble. They're down 2-0. Game 3 tonight in Arizona. This is no man's land right now for the Dodgers. But I don't know if the series is going to end tonight, but I think it's going to end at least by Game 4. I don't think it's going back to L.A. But tonight I'm looking for Mookie Betts to step up in a winner go-home situation. Freddie Freeman, I'm looking for him to step up in a go-homer situation right now. They need a great offensive game hitting-wise in order to stay alive. But Arizona right now, the Diamondbacks, they're hot as anybody right now. Like the Phillies are hot. The Arizona Diamondbacks are hot right now too, and healthy. And that's a good recipe for success to go on a postseason run in a MLB baseball playoffs. So I like what the Arizona Diamondbacks are doing. I actually want to see that. I want to see them and the Phillies. I think that's a good matchup in the National League Championship. I think that's a good one. But yeah, I don't know. I think this could be it tonight for the Dodgers. If they stay alive, Game 4, I think the Diamondbacks are going to put it away.
Yeah, I can't really see them coming back, but you never know what can happen in today's matchup. But this Brandon, I don't know how the hell you pronounce his last name, dog. This joint is crazy. P-F-A-A-D-T. How do you begin to pronounce that? How do you even begin to pronounce that?
We'll just say fat.
It kind of looks like it pronounced fat. I'm not gonna lie to you. The P and the D could be silent. Drake could be fat. Fat.
I just got tongue-tied saying Kyle Schwarber's name. I ain't pronouncing that tonight.
No, I'm gonna definitely have to hear a couple of them. I'm gonna have to hear a couple of announcements there first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think hopefully that the next round is more competitive than what we saw in the divisional round, because we're going to be stepping it up, going to 7-game series instead of 3 and 5 that we saw in the first 2 rounds. So hopefully the next round in the World Series is more competitive. Just a tad bit more competitive than what we've been seeing so far.
Ain't shit been competitive. Everybody be getting swept.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and close it off with that. That's all the time we have for you guys this week. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, Rob Cerasuolo, and Fred Harris signing off. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And we'll see you guys on next week's episode.
See y'all.
Here.
Peace.